Alright everyone, so in this lesson I'm going to be giving closure to the cloud cushion case study. So I'm going to be showing you how much I actually profited out of the $300,000 or so in sales, and I'm also going to be talking about what I do differently if I were to start this over from scratch. So first off, the profit and loss statement. So this is going to be showing you how much I actually profited. So the top line here, the sales, were about $311,000 US. Now the cost of goods was $105,500. And so this includes shipping. This is all of the product costs that I had to pay. And you can see that this is just over 1/3 of sales. And so usually I try to keep this under 1/3 of sales. And so this is a quite expensive cost of goods here, which in my opinion, I wrote this here, this would be the biggest room for improvement is lowering the cost of goods. But I didn't have much time to work on this, and I didn't put much effort into lowering my cost of goods. Most of the cost is actually from shipping, since this is a heavy product and shipping from China. And so I think that, working with different suppliers, with different agents, and having them compete for different rates, you'd be able to lower the cost of goods significantly, and this would really improve the margins here. So after the cost of goods, the gross profit is $205,000 US. Now out of that, you have to subtract all of the ads and the fees and stuff, and so there's a lot of that. So Facebook ads, $140,000. This is the biggest expense. Instagram and Google ads, I didn't do any for this store. Fees about $9,300, apps $74, Shopify plan $160, VAs $450, and so that's a total of about $150,000 in expenses. And so this comes out of the gross profit, which leaves us with $55.4 thousand. And so about 18% of this $311,000 was profit. And so that's pretty good. It's not, usually I aim for about 20%. I was a little off this time. And I think the main reason for that was the cost of goods was higher than I anticipated. But 18% is still really good. Now there is some other expenses after this. I have to pay corporate taxes on the net profit, right? This rate is going to be different for everyone depending on how you set up your business. For me, it's right under 15% of the net profit that I'm going to be taxed, and then the rest is retained earnings that I can keep in my company. And so yeah, that's how much I actually profited on this store. Now let's talk about what I do differently if I were to start it from scratch. So the first thing that I do differently is I would have picked a different cushion. So the seat cushion that I was selling with Cloud Cushion is just a ripoff of an As Seen on TV product. There's an As Seen on TV product called the Egg Sitter, and this cushion is just a ripoff of that. Like it's not the same, it doesn't have their trademark on it or anything like that, but it's the same product essentially. There's nothing special about it, and that's where they got the idea from. And so what I'd do differently if I were to start this over is I'd go maybe on Alibaba and I'd look for seat cushions. I'd look for a unique seat cushion that hasn't really been marketed to the full potential yet. That's very similar. So I'd look for a gel seat cushion, right? I wouldn't completely change the niche, but something just a little different. And an example of this is Purple. Purple is a very successful brand. They sell mattresses, cushions, things like that. And they use gel, like the same type of gel that the seat cushion on Cloud Cushion uses. And so it's they have a seat cushion product that they were very, very successful with, and it's very, very similar to the product that I was selling. It's pretty much the exact same thing. One of the main differences is just that it's purple, right? All their products are purple, which really helps with their branding, and it helps them stand out from the rest of people selling the same blue gel cushion, right? And so that's one of the main things I do is I would try to look for a different cushion that I can really, build a brand around and differentiate myself from all the other dropshippers selling this blue gel cushion. Now, I'll show you an example of this in a second with Purple, by the way. Another thing that I do is I'd add more related products, right? If I were actually trying to build this as a long-term brand, one of the main things that I would do is add more related products that go with a seat cushion, right? If people are buying seat cushions, there's probably a lot of similar things that you can sell them. For example, back cushions, right? Pillows, mattresses. In the example of Purple, right? They sell mattresses, they sell cushions. You can add a lot of different related products, and then you can cross-sell them in a post-purchase email sequence, right? So once they buy your seat cushion, then you can just keep sending them emails about the brand and about your other products and get them to buy all your other products, given that they like the first one, right? And so this would help a lot to increase the lifetime value and to build a real brand like Purple. So I'm on the Purple website, and you can see they have all these different product collections: mattress, pillow, bedding, base, and then they have more seat cushion. They even have a pet bed, right? So they really have all these different products, and they're building a brand around it, Purple. And so this is their seat cushion section, the Purple seat cushion, the comfiest science you can sit on. Now they have really good ad videos explaining the product that are really targeted towards their target market, which is clearly older people, right? You'll notice that most people here they're older people, right? They don't have any young people using these cushions because they know who they're trying to appeal to, and it's older people. And you can see they have all these different variants of the cushion, right? They don't even have just one cushion. They have the portable cushion, they have the double cushion, they have the simply cushion, everywhere cushion, royal cushion, ultimate cushion, right? They have all these different types of seat cushions. Like you could build, you don't even have to do all the other categories like the bedding and the mattress. Just adding different types of seat cushions would definitely help you increase your lifetime value, right? For instance, if you sell them the portable cushion, right, which looks to be like this thinner, lighter on-the-go cushion, and then they really like it, but they think it's a little thin, then they could upsell them the double cushion, right? It's almost twice as expensive, and so I mean I'm sure if people liked the first one but they thought it was a little too thin, they just buy this double cushion, and after they buy that, then they can upsell them on, for example, like they have other products like this pillow, the purple pillow. And they have really good ads. All the products are in a coherent niche, right? It all makes sense together. This is just a pillow that uses gel, right? It's the same kind of material, but it's a pillow instead of a seat cushion. And so they really went all into this type of product and built a brand. They have a lot of different products, and so they have a high customer lifetime value, right? People probably, like on average, the customers probably buy more than just one product. And so this allows them to spend a lot on ads to acquire customers and grow the brand, which is what they've done. Like Purple is a massive brand now, and now they could sell this and get a massive exit on the brand rather than just make a killing for a few months drop shipping a product and then the brand dies off. They have something lasting here, and they have a real brand. And so this is what I would try to do if I were to start over from scratch. I would try to do something more similar to this and actually build a real long-term brand and differentiate myself from all the competitors by having more unique products and also having cross-sells and upsells for the products. Another thing that I do differently is I would try to come up with new original marketing angles and make new original branded content. And so instead of just using the same angles that everyone's been using for this product, for example, the egg one, right? You can sit on an egg without breaking it. That angle is becoming overused. It's been seen on TV all over the place. It's been seen on Facebook ads. It just doesn't have the same factor that it had before to really impress people, right? A lot of people have seen it. A lot of people think it's silly. And so if you're able to come up with new original marketing angles that work just as well as that one, then you would be able to really scale this and get new people into the product, interested in the product. And so that's one thing that I would try to do. I would think of different, maybe different groups of people that could really use this product. I know that Purple really focused on truck drivers, right? That was one of their biggest markets, truck drivers, because they sit all day. And so there's a lot of different, you could think of different groups like that to target. For example, like parents who always watch their kids like sports games, right? And they have to sit on hard bleachers. You could make ads specifically tailored to those people, to that pain point. And by coming up with these new original angles, that would really help you stand out and, do well with your ads. Now, two more things that I wrote is I would try to make more vertical ads for story placements. So if you look at the Facebook ads overview of this case study, you'll see that I was mainly using square ads and 4:3 aspect ratio ads, so like semi-vertical ads. But I didn't use any fully vertical ads, and those are the ads optimized for story placements. And I didn't make any of those ads. And I think that was something that I really should have been doing, because for my other brand that I'm focusing on right now, I'm getting killer results with story placements, and with vertical ads. And so that's definitely something that I would do, is I would make vertical ads, because story placement is really undervalued, and vertical video content, not even just for story, but for mobile feeds, it fits more, like it fills up more of the screen, and so it looks, there's less wasted space. It gets people's attention more, and so Facebook actually really likes vertical video content. And so that's one thing that I would focus on more, is I try to make vertical ads, and I think that would make a big difference for ad performance. And the last thing I wrote here is that I would expand to untapped markets. So right now I was only selling in English, and I was targeting English-speaking countries. And I think that there's a lot of markets that probably haven't been blasted with this product as much, right? This product has been around in the US, in the UK, in the main markets, but maybe it hasn't been around as much in like Italy or Germany or France. I'm not sure, maybe it has, but it's just an example of some markets that you could potentially target and, profit a lot with this product. And so I want to show you an example of someone who actually did both of these things here. So here's an example of someone who actually targeted untapped markets and also made vertical video content for story placements. And so this is a friend who sent me this. he got targeted by this ad, and he sent it to me because he knew that I was selling this product. And so you can see that, this is just a very simple story ad for this product. It explains the product really quickly, right? It shows someone sitting on the egg without breaking it. Like I said, that's the most common angle for this product. Now it shows, the zones of pressure. This kind of highlights the problem. It shows how flexible the cushion is. And then there's just a swipe up call to action, right? So it's a very simple ad, but I'm sure that it did really well, especially because it's an untapped market as well, right? There's probably less competition for this product in Germany. And, maybe now that's not the case anymore. Maybe there's a lot of people selling it there. I don't know. But there's always a lot of opportunities in scaling in other markets that people aren't focusing on right away. So in conclusion, the Cloud Cushion store is a good example of a one product store, although it still has a lot of room for improvement, right? The margins could be improved a lot, lowering the cost of goods, improving the marketing in terms of angles, coming up with new original angles and making more content, especially vertical content, and also maybe targeting some untapped markets. Those are all areas of improvement. Also, the lifetime value of the customer, upselling different products. And like I wrote here, it could have been turned into a long-term brand, giving a more unique product. And, all the other things that I just mentioned, adding more cross-sells, increasing the lifetime value, and so on. But the main thing here is that to become a long-term brand, I think you need some sort of differentiation like what Purple did, right? Like even just having a different color of cushion, that could be enough to build a long-term brand. But if you're selling a generic product that's almost kind of commodified, right, that you can get anywhere, that doesn't work for a long-term brand. That's why I said that given a more unique product, I think that this could have been scaled into a long-term brand similar to Purple. And so I hope that you enjoyed this case study. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. Please let me know what you thought in the private group. And on that note, thanks for watching.